everything's bigger in Texas. It's a phrase we hear often, and for Texans, it's more than just words. It's a way of life. Beyond its sheer size and vast landscapes, Texas also stands as a powerhouse in the energy sector, contributing an impressive 40 to 60% of the United States oil and gas supply. This role isn't just a statistic, it has a profound impact. The energy industry not only fuels economic growth, but also positions Texas as a vital player in both the national and global energy markets. Yet, there's a striking irony here. This very state, which supplies fuel to millions, faces a significant issue with homelessness. In the land where everything is larger than life, not everyone has a place to call home. The factors driving homelessness in Texas are complex, and one of the biggest reasons is the skyrocketing cost of housing. For many low-income households, rental prices have risen dramatically since the pandemic, placing basic shelter out of reach. According to recent data from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, the number of homeless individuals in Texas surged by more than 12% in 2023. Texas now ranks as the fifth highest state in terms of homelessness rates. Nearly 44.05% of these individuals are housed in shelters, while over 27,000 Texans are without a permanent place to stay. Of this population, approximately 43%, around 11,700 people, are living on the streets. The increase in outdoor homelessness has been particularly noticeable, growing by 6.5%, especially in major urban centers like Houston. But is Houston really the epicenter of homelessness in Texas? Let's dive deeper to uncover the reality. Dallas is experiencing rapid growth, but beneath its development boom lies a harsh reality for many residents. New construction and rising rent costs are reshaping the cityscape, yet these changes often have severe consequences, especially for low-income families. Small business owners are also feeling the squeeze, as escalating rents threaten to push them out of their spaces and jeopardize their livelihoods. Amid these shifts, homelessness in Dallas is becoming an increasingly urgent issue. On any given night, approximately 3,718 people are without stable housing across Dallas and Collin counties. One striking aspect of this crisis is the stark racial disparity. While Black households make up just 19% of the general population, they account for nearly 57% of those experiencing homelessness. This disparity underscores the broader issues of racial inequality and systemic barriers that contribute to the challenges faced by vulnerable populations. In San Antonio, homelessness has increased by about 6.8% this year, bringing the total number of individuals affected to 3,372. Of whom 888 are unsheltered. The most alarming aspect of this trend is the growing number of children in the homeless population, with young people now making up 18% of the total. This urgent development highlights the need for immediate action. To address this, San Antonio has allocated $44 million in its 2025 budget specifically for homelessness services. Of that funding, $16 million will go toward building a low-barrier shelter in the downtown area. This shelter, designed to accommodate up to 185 people, will offer temporary refuge while individuals await permanent housing. San Antonio isn't stopping at temporary shelters. It's also home to Town Twin Village, a specially designed community complete with gardens, a shared kitchen, and spaces for residents to enjoy arts and music. This unique community is intended for older individuals experiencing homelessness, providing them not only with shelter, but also with a supportive and enriching environment. Ranking third, Houston is home to around 3,200 individuals experiencing homelessness, with approximately 1,200 staying in shelters. Despite these high numbers, Houston has made notable strides through initiatives like the Housing First model, which prioritizes stable housing as the foundation for addressing other needs. This approach has seen measurable success in reducing homelessness across the city. Recently, the city dismantled its largest homeless encampment, located south of the baseball stadium, which previously housed around 70 people. Teams of counselors from various organizations have worked together to help the residents of this encampment find housing, particularly for those open to relocating to apartments. Since 2021, Houston has successfully closed down more than 90 encampments, which previously sheltered around 600 people. Impressively, 90% of those individuals have now transitioned into permanent housing, highlighting the city's commitment to long-term solutions for homelessness. In Fort Worth, homelessness has surged dramatically, with the count surpassing 2,700 people in 2023, an increase of 29% compared to pre-pandemic numbers in 2020. Among those experiencing homelessness, around 60% are men. Additionally, about 11% are families, often single mothers with 2 children. Veterans are also represented, making up approximately 5% of the homeless population, while children account for roughly 10%. Looking to the future, a coalition of city and county leaders in Fort Worth is planning to invest an additional $50 million over the next 2 years. This funding will be used to develop more than 300 new housing units specifically for those working to exit homelessness, including individuals facing chronic homelessness and homeless families. In Arlington, the homeless population has seen a positive shift. Homelessness in Tarrant and Parker counties has dropped by 12%, leaving the current count at 2,390. Despite this progress, addiction remains a driving factor for many who experience homelessness here. Substance abuse, especially involving opioids and methamphetamines, often creates a difficult cycle, making it nearly impossible for individuals to maintain jobs or stable relationships, leading them to lose their housing. Arlington faces unique challenges in addressing homelessness. Unlike neighboring cities like Dallas and Fort Worth, Arlington has fewer resources, particularly for supporting individuals battling addiction, which limits the available assistance for those in need. Close in numbers to Arlington, Austin has identified approximately 2,300 individuals experiencing homelessness. Of this population, around 1,300 people are sleeping outdoors or in their cars, while about 1,100 stay in shelters or transitional housing. In response to this pressing issue, the City of Austin has turned to federal funding sources, including the American Rescue Plan, to establish emergency facilities. These include shelters with 300 beds at the Marshalling Yard and the Austin Convention Center. Experts estimate that Austin will need around $35 million annually over the next decade to fully address homelessness. This funding would allow the city to add hundreds of units of permanent supportive housing, build additional emergency shelters, and implement preventative measures to help residents avoid losing their homes. Homelessness has become a significant issue in El Paso County, particularly affecting individuals aged 25 to 55, who make up roughly 47% of the homeless population. Chronic homelessness is prevalent, but the opening of new shelter options offers a glimmer of hope for some. Additionally, El Paso plays a unique role in providing shelter to homeless migrants. Near the eastern side of the city, close to the airport, a facility is available that accommodates up to 400 migrants per day, reflecting El Paso's dual approach to supporting both locals and migrants in need of housing. This year, Corpus Christi has seen a dramatic rise in homelessness. The count nearly doubled from 627 people last year to 1,177 this year. In response, the city has announced a new funding initiative aimed at expanding affordable housing options and reducing homelessness. This funding is open to nonprofit organizations, the Public Housing Authority, and quasi-governmental agencies interested in applying. One organization participating in this effort is Mission 911, which connects people living in poverty with essential resources to help them achieve greater stability. With a total funding pool of over $3 million, the program allocates $2 million for support services such as basic necessities and mental health assistance, while an additional $1.16 million is designated for tenant-based rental assistance. In Lubbock, shelter entries have been on the rise due to extreme weather, high rental costs, and economic instability. Shelters here face constant shortages of rooms, food, and volunteers, even as the demand from those experiencing homelessness, often due to mental health challenges or substance dependencies, continues to grow. According to a 2022 HUD report, there are approximately 259 people experiencing homelessness in Lubbock, most of whom are adults over 18 living in transitional or emergency housing. Notably, Lubbock has partnered with a local university through a program called Grace Campus. This initiative aims to help those experiencing homelessness regain stability and move toward a more secure future. Finally, we have Waco, where homelessness is also on the rise, with 220 people reported homeless in 2023, an increase of 40 people from the previous year. Waco's economic backdrop is challenging, with a poverty rate of 14%, and the primary issue is housing affordability. The average home price in Waco has now reached around $296,000, making it difficult for many to maintain stable housing. Mission Waco is addressing this issue through a creative initiative called the Tiny Village. Supported by donations and city grants, the project provides housing for up to 35 people in its first phase, with plans to expand to accommodate up to 240 residents in the long term. This project brings hope to those in need of a stable place to call home, providing an innovative, community-centered solution to homelessness.
And we are very, very proud because our motto at the Peace, Love, and Happiness Foundation is success unshared is failure.